Before mountains or seas, before even the faintest glimmer of starlight, there was only darkness, a vast cold emptiness stretching endlessly in every direction. The universe was silent, untouched, and waiting. No planets, no suns, not even the whisper of a breeze disturbed this ancient void. It was a time before time, a canvas of infinite possibility, where the seeds of creation lay hidden, dormant and unseen. In this endless void, a swirling cosmic nebula began to gather, an immense ghostly cloud of gas and dust stretching across light years. Within its colorful, ethereal folds it held the raw ingredients for stars, planets, and everything that would one day exist. These clouds, made of hydrogen, helium, and traces of heavier elements, drifted silently, shaped by the faintest of cosmic winds and the pull of gravity. For eons, the nebula drifted through the darkness, changing shape, growing denser in places. Then, a distant star exploded in a brilliant supernova, sending a shockwave rippling through the cloud. This sudden jolt disturbed the delicate balance, triggering the collapse of the nebula's densest regions. Gravity took hold, pulling the gas and dust inward tighter and tighter until the pressure and heat at the center soared. A dense, hot core began to form, glowing brighter as it grew, marking the birth of something entirely new in the universe. At the very heart of this collapsing cloud, nuclear fusion suddenly ignited. The sun was born, a brilliant beacon that pierced the darkness, flooding the void with light and warmth for the first time. The universe was forever changed. Around this newborn sun, a spinning disk of leftover gas and dust began to swirl. This protoplanetary disk, illuminated by the sun's fierce glow, was a chaotic, ever-changing ring where the building blocks of worlds collided and combined. Tiny dust grains within the disk stuck together, forming pebbles. Over countless millennia, these pebbles grew into rocks, then boulders, colliding and merging in a slow, relentless process. Each impact released energy, shaping the future planets grain by grain, stone by stone. These growing bodies, called planetesimals, became the seeds of planets. They orbited the sun in a chaotic, swirling dance, sometimes crashing together, sometimes being flung far into space, all under the watchful gaze of the young star. Among these countless planetesimals, one began to stand out. Proto-Earth emerged, a molten, hostile sphere, its surface a churning sea of lava and volcanic fury, still being shaped by relentless impacts and cosmic violence. Yet within this chaos and destruction, the potential for something extraordinary was hidden. The ingredients for oceans, continents, and even life itself were already present, waiting for the right moment to emerge. The stage was set for Earth's transformation, from a fiery, lifeless rock to a vibrant, living planet, teeming with possibility and wonder. Early Earth was a hellish, molten world, no solid ground, only oceans of magma. The sky was a choking haze of volcanic gases. The Hadean Eon had begun. Asteroids and comets bombarded the surface, each impact adding heat and chaos. Volcanoes erupted constantly, releasing water vapor, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. The air was toxic, thick with poisonous compounds. Yet this violence was crucial. Heavy elements like iron and nickel sank to form Earth's core. This core would one day generate the magnetic field that shields us from solar radiation. Even in destruction, the foundations for a habitable world were being laid. The fiery crucible of the Hadean Eon was forging a planet ready for life. In the early days of our solar system, chaos reigned. Planets and protoplanets collided in a cosmic dance of creation and destruction. Amidst these violent beginnings, Earth faced its greatest impact, a Mars-sized body called Theia, hurtling through space on a collision course with our young planet. Theia struck a glancing blow, vaporizing vast amounts of rock and sending a swirling cloud of debris into orbit around Earth. The force of the impact was unimaginable, reshaping our planet's surface and forever altering its destiny. Over time, this debris began to gather, pulled together by gravity. In just a few thousand years, a blink in cosmic time, these fragments coalesced, forming what would become our moon. This new celestial body glowed with heat, a molten sphere orbiting a battered Earth. The young moon, much closer than it is today, loomed enormous in the sky. Its powerful gravity tugged at Earth's molten surface, creating massive tides in the oceans of magma and shaping the planet's early landscape. These intense tidal forces kept Earth's interior hot and geologically active, fueling volcanic eruptions and driving the movement of continents. Without the moon's influence, our planet might have cooled and become lifeless far more quickly. The moon also played a crucial role in stabilizing Earth's tilt. This stability gave rise to regular seasons and a predictable climate, creating the conditions necessary for life to flourish and evolve. Over millions of years, the moon has slowly drifted away from Earth, moving ever farther into the night sky. Yet its influence on our world remains profound and enduring. Even today, the moon governs the rise and fall of ocean tides, lights up our nights with its silvery glow, and marks the passage of months with its changing phases. Born from a cataclysmic event, the moon has become essential for life on Earth. It is a constant companion, shaping our world in ways both subtle and profound. Our planet and its satellite are forever linked by a single ancient cosmic crash, a reminder that even out of chaos something beautiful and vital can emerge. After the moon's formation, Earth slowly cooled. The relentless bombardment eased, allowing a fragile crust to form. Volcanic activity filled the atmosphere with water vapor. As the surface cooled, vapor condensed into clouds, and then it rained, a deluge lasting thousands of years. Water carved channels and filled craters, forming the first oceans. These hot, mineral-rich seas covered much of the planet. The oceans became the cradle of life and helped regulate Earth's climate. The stage was set for life to emerge from the depths of these primordial waters. In the young oceans, a chemical miracle began. Energy from the sun and hydrothermal vents powered the formation of complex organic molecules. Amino acids and nucleotides, the building blocks of life, formed and recombined for millions of years. Some molecules learned to replicate, marking the dawn of life. Fatty molecules formed membranes enclosing these replicators in the first primitive cells. These simple anaerobic cells thrived in the oxygen-free world. For hundreds of millions of years, they quietly multiplied in the dark ocean depths. Life's first foothold was humble but profound. The miracle had begun. Earth was no longer lifeless. The journey of life was underway. For over 1 billion years, life remained microscopic and hidden in the oceans. Then cyanobacteria evolved photosynthesis, using sunlight to make food and releasing oxygen as waste. At first, oxygen reacted with iron in the oceans, forming vast deposits of iron oxide. Once the iron was used up, oxygen began to accumulate in the atmosphere. This great oxygenation event was catastrophic for anaerobic life, triggering a mass extinction. Some organisms adapted, evolving aerobic respiration, a far more efficient way to use energy. Oxygen became the fuel for larger, more complex life. The world's chemistry was transformed, paving the way for new forms of life. The poison became a resource and evolution accelerated. Life was ready for its next leap. With oxygen abundant, life exploded in diversity during the Cambrian explosion. Complex animals with shells, skeletons, and eyes filled the oceans. Fish evolved backbones, becoming powerful swimmers. Some fish developed lungs and sturdy fins, eventually crawling onto land. These pioneers gave rise to amphibians, then reptiles, creatures free from water. Reptiles diversified, leading to the age of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs dominated for 150 million years, from tiny hunters to giant sauropods. Their reign ended abruptly, when a massive asteroid struck Earth, plunging the world into darkness. Plants died, food chains collapsed, and 3/4 of all species vanished. The age of dinosaurs ended in catastrophe. But from extinction, new life would rise. The dramatic end of the dinosaurs, brought on by a catastrophic asteroid impact, opened the door for a new era, the age of mammals. With the dominant reptiles gone, the world was forever changed, and a new chapter in Earth's history began to unfold. Small, warm-blooded, and highly adaptable, mammals managed to survive the harsh post-impact darkness that followed. Their ability to regulate body temperature and find food in the shadows gave them an edge in a world recovering from disaster. As the planet healed, mammals flourished. They diversified into every possible niche, on land, in the sea, and even in the air. From tiny shrews to mighty whales, bats to elephants, mammals became the new rulers of Earth's ecosystems. Among these mammals, a remarkable group emerged: the primates. They evolved grasping hands, keen eyesight, and ever larger brains, allowing them to navigate complex environments and form intricate social bonds. In the vast grasslands of Africa, some primates began to walk upright. This simple change freed their hands for new tasks, making tools, carrying food, and caring for young, setting the stage for an extraordinary evolutionary journey. These upright walking hominins marked the true beginning of the human story. Over countless generations they learned to cooperate, hunt, and adapt to changing climates. Over millions of years our ancestors developed language, culture, and the mastery of fire. They painted stories on cave walls, crafted tools from stone, and built the foundations of human society. Eventually, Homo sapiens emerged, our own species. We spread across continents, braving deserts, forests, and icy tundras, shaping the world with our ingenuity and curiosity. Today we are the latest chapter in Earth's 4.5-billion-year story, a story written in stone, water, and life itself. For the first time, we are the species capable of understanding our planet's epic journey, reflecting on our place in the universe, and imagining what comes next. The future of Earth is now in our hands. Our choices, actions, and dreams will shape the next chapter of this ancient story. The story continues with every sunrise, as life adapts, grows, and reaches for new horizons. Our part in the great cosmic narrative has only just begun, and the possibilities for the future are as limitless as the stars above.